So, it's been like, what, almost 2 weeks of Radio Silence? Probably more like a week and a half, but still, a lot's happened. I wanted to do a vlog on Deadpool 2, but I just never got around to see it. Yeah, it was good. And, yeah, and then after that, I had insane work shifts that made it almost impossible for me to want to do anything. And not only that, they were frustrating days at work, so I didn't really feel like making vlogs. I was so annoyed and tired that I didn't feel like doing them. But I've had 2 days off, and I've bought a huge amount of books, because I found that there was a discount. I got volume 13 of My Hero Academia, which was amazing. I didn't even know I was going to get that. I was hoping to find it, but I didn't know. I knew it came out this month, but I didn't know when it came out, which was nice. I got it. And I got the Mega Man Legacy Collection, which comes with all 10 Mega Man games. 7 through 10 are download codes, but otherwise, yeah. But let's finally get back to the matter at hand. Greetings, everyone. Zangetsu 134 here, and we're going to be looking at today's episode, or vlog, will be about My Hero Academia. And it's about episodes 8 and 9. From Ida to Midoriya, and All for One. So, yeah. The first of these 2 episodes, in my opinion, is just kind of a setup episode. It's very much just establishing, mostly, like, the the planning stages of All Might and the rescue squad that will happen. In episode 9, the formation of the Team Bakugo retrieval unit from UA, which is Midoriya, Ida, Todoroki, Kirishima, and Yaoyorozu. I will admit, for the most part, this pretty much follows those chapters of the arc. Mainly being, oddly enough, an Ida arc, or a heavy episode, where Ida is, he's trying to convince Todoroki and Midoriya to not follow through. They got in trouble because of him, when he went after the hero killer, and when he foolishly attacked the hero killer. And, in fact, pretty much none of their schoolmates are for it, which is fair to me, even with them doing the stuff they do in this episode, I really don't. I think the most important thing they do, which isn't until I think probably next episode or the episode before it, really they don't do much, and they don't have much to do. In fact, they don't even end up at the hideout. They end up at the Nomu factory, as that's where the Nomu was. We also get some stuff that's important for Midoriya's plot points, mainly the fact that if he does another 1 million% attack like 2 or 3 more times, his arms will be destroyed. And I will admit, this brings up a lot of stuff where the Doctor talks about, like, body limits and such, and how the 1 million% thing is just him going above the limits his body can take, much like how when All Might fought Nomu in the first season, going beyond his 100%. And then the fact that he brings up how, like, when your body goes into what he calls a hysteric state, or, like, when your body is running on purely adrenaline, it usually means that your body is actually turning off the limiters that your brain sets for it. Normally your body can only use about 80% of its strength. It doesn't, that like 20% of that strength is reserved for like intensely dire situations. And even then, doing that for even a short period is strenuous to the body. And Midoriya did it for a very long time, which, while definitely damaging to his muscles and bones, even more dangerously, it was damaging his ligaments, which, allow your body to move and protect your muscles from overuse. In doing so, he risks if he ever does this again, he risks basically losing his arms. This is mostly set up for what's going to happen way later down the line in Midoriya developing his own fight style, with shoot style. And I know I probably shouldn't spoil stuff, but I figure most people have either read the manga up to this point or are reading along with the American releases of the trades as it comes out. So I'm not super worried. And I if you're watching my reactions, you probably should have seen the episodes or know a little bit. But in short, it's very much just set up for them. And of course, getting their costumes, which is probably one of my favorite funny moments from this show, was Midoriya and Ida's outfits. My favorite being Ida's, because he looks like a young Mike Hagar from Streets of Rage. Like, that was that part is so funny, especially when I don't mind it in the dub where he's like, "We're cruising for hot girls," but I love the Japanese version where he's like, "Look at that chick over there with the huge rack." Like, I find that way funnier, like, that Ito, like, said, "Look at the woman over there with the huge rack." And then the next shot is Yaoyorozu. So I'm like, are you actually talking about Yaoyorozu there, Ida? I didn't know you looked at those sort of things. Like, because you're even more pure than Midoriya. And Midoriya is a pretty pure soul. But still, it was very good. I really liked a lot of the moments in this arc in the episode. And probably finally the last part, the part that actually made me really like Bakugo was when he, rejects Shigaraki's offer to join the League of Villains, because he doesn't want to, they're losers in his eyes. They failed to kill All Might, and they act like the whole world has been unjust to them, so they want to strike back at an unjust world. And Bakugo doesn't care about any of that. He just wants to be like All Might, because All Might always wins. Like, no matter how bleak the situation, he always wins. And he wants to continue winning like All Might, which is really one of my reasons why I like him, and I understand why he hates Midoriya in a way. Because Midoriya is someone who always loses in his eyes. And someone who, had nothing, but constantly, seems to want to help Bakugo, who wants to show Bakugo that he can be a hero just as much, even though he's a quirkless loser in his eyes. That he can't understand how Midoriya can get back up. And it's what frustrates him, especially when he constantly loses or struggles or gets one up by Midoriya. And it shows, how the gap isn't very wide like he used to once believe it was. But yeah, and I like that. I like seeing the heroes actually get one up on the villains as they use the conference that UA's having that makes them look bad, but at the same time they're doing so in a way that makes it seem like they haven't found Bakugo yet or have any sort of ways of finding them, and then they counterattack, and it's really good. It's honestly one of my favorite moments in the series, just because of the fact that we get to see the heroes and the police working together and showing just how well heroes and the police work together to protect society. Although there's one part of the scene that I think is really weird, and that of when Endeavor calls All Might an American. I'm like, no, he's still Japanese. He just got blonde hair, and he has American mannerisms because he clearly models himself off American superheroes. But yeah, I really like both episodes. I think episode 9's the better one, just because of the fact that it's very much showing showing the beginnings of probably one of the best fights in the whole series, and one of the most powerful moments in the series, as we see at the very end of it, all for one. Because basically episode 9 is more or less just the attack of the heroes striking back against the villains and seeing the heroes. We get introduced to a couple of things. The main one being we get Gang Orca, who play later on. In the second half of the next arc, basically. We basically see All for One, and we see Gang Orca. We also get I think his name's Edgeshot. Yeah, the ninja hero Edgeshot, whose ability is he can stretch his body out until he's paper thin. And he can also do this technique where he basically like moves your organs around, which knocks you out from the pain, using pressure points, and being able to stretch his body so thin he can enter your body through your skin. And he knocks out Kurogiri so that the villains can't get out. We also get a really awesome moment where Gran Torino kicks Dobby in the face, and he knocks him out. It's so good. I love Dobby, but that was amazing. I love that. But yeah, basically is pretty much just set up for One for All. Eventually, releasing the Nomus using his own teleportation ability and capturing Bakugo, as well as helping the League of Villains get away. And I love the ending shots. I love how they animate the fact that Midoriya and company can't move because they feel the abject evil that is All for One, and just, he manages to knock out Best Genius and Gang Orca, who are the top 10 and the number 10 and number 4 heroes respectively, as well as Mountain Lady and Tiger, and pretty much all the cops in like an instant. Midoriya isn't like, there was just an instant, we couldn't do anything. And he thinks about how All Might told him there was going to be like this evil that he was going to face, and he was like, I thought you meant Tomura Shigaraki, but you meant him, didn't you, All Might? You meant All for One. And I really love All for One's design, where he wears like just a suit with like this big like skull mask like neck thing. I really love the look of it, and it's just a cool look in general, but like I love how he looks like a Shinigami, like a death god, or like a Reaper compared to All Might's like colorful superhero attire. It's just a really cool look, and I can't wait for the fight between him and All Might that's going to come up next, because it's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see it animated. So in all, I like it. It follows the chapters pretty well. It's more or less just going back and forth between Midoriya's group and All for One's group. We get to see stuff like the tanks of Nomus. That was the Nomu creation facility. We see the stuff where Bakugo shows his heroic colors, and we see the entrance of All for One. In general, I think these episodes are really good. They're pretty much just like little moments here and there of cool, awesome action stuff, but really they're just more set up for what's eventually going to be the big fight of this arc. The middle fight of this arc, really. I'm curious to see what the fight at the end is going to be like, but we'll see. I think that's going to be it for these two guys. A lot happens, but I think in general, I think that I summarized them up pretty well. I look forward to episode 10. That's going to be an intense episode. Next episode, I don't know when's going to get out. I'm hoping probably like I'm going to try and at least watch them Thursday. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get them out, but we'll see. We will see. But until then, guys, I hope this will tide you over. Stay tuned for my Kamen Rider build vlogs, where I look at 2 episodes as well. I didn't mean to do this, but like I said, work's been crazy. So anyway, guys, I'm Zangetsu 134, and I will catch you next time. Until then, take